SpaceX spent years perfecting reusable rockets with 4 carbon fiber landing legs. Then China's newest reusable rocket, Long March 10B, just landed on the open ocean without any landing legs at all. Most people look at that and think, China probably just isn't good at building landing legs yet. But the more you dig into why those legs disappeared, the more you realize this was never about landing legs in the first place. It's about something every reusable rocket is fighting. The very last kilogram it can afford to carry. And nowhere does that fight become more brutal than on a rolling open ocean. Here's why that changes everything. Reusable rockets aren't competing to land once. They're competing to land hundreds of times. And once the ocean changes the rules, a 50-meter rocket balancing on 4 narrow legs is surprisingly unforgiving once the ship beneath it begins to move. So, how about building bigger legs? That sounds logical, until you realize every extra kilogram you add to the leg has to be carried all the way to orbit. More weight needs more fuel needs more weight. That becomes a vicious cycle, which leaves a strange possibility. Maybe the problem isn't how to build better landing legs. Maybe the future is getting rid of them entirely. The first thing to solve this is to know how can this China's new rocket, weighing tens of tons, land safely on nothing more than a giant net. After digging into interviews with the rocket R&D team and their technical articles, the answer becomes clear. The trick is that the net isn't solving one problem, it's solving 3 consecutively when this rocket landed. The first one is energy. A rocket arriving at the net is carrying enormous kinetic energy. Your instinct is to stop it immediately, but that's exactly what would destroy it. A rigid structure would act like a trampoline, throwing the rocket back into the air. So the net does the opposite. When the rocket's capture points connect with the mesh, the cables begin to stretch. Magnetic particle break underneath the net slowly absorb the impact, spreading the force over several seconds instead of allowing one violent collision. The rocket does not stop. It is gradually slowed down. But absorbing the energy creates another problem. Where does that force go? Because modern rockets are built with aluminum-lithium alloy skin with just 226mm thickness. It was never designed to carry landing loads. The solution is that the net never really catches the skin. The capture points connect to the reinforced structure inside the vehicle, transferring the force directly into the rocket's internal frame. The shell absorbs nothing. The skeleton carries everything, which sounds great, except the rocket still hasn't landed. The ocean is moving, the ship is moving, and the rocket is not going to land perfectly every time. This is where flexibility becomes an advantage. The giant net acts like a physical funnel. Instead of requiring the rocket to hit a precise point, the flexible surface guides the vehicle toward the center as it settles. As the net wraps around the vehicle, the tension system automatically adjusts and stabilizes the rocket against small movement from the ocean. The system does not just catch the rocket, it holds it. In other words, the landing legs didn't disappear. Their functions were redistributed. Absorption moved to the net. Structural loads moved into the rocket frame. Stability moved into the recovery system. The rocket became lighter because it stopped carrying solutions that could stay outside. Here's the question that should be bothering you right now. SpaceX already proved landing legs and a flat barge work. Falcon 9 has done it over 400 times. China watched all of that happen. The footage was public. The engineering logic was widely discussed. So why spend years building a 44 by 44 meter net instead? The answer starts with a single difference in assumption, and it's easy to miss if you're only looking at the hardware. SpaceX systems were designed around the control environment, a barge with no dimensions, a guidance system precise enough to thread a very narrow target. The engineering bet was this: make the vehicle capable enough so you can simplify everything around it. For SpaceX operation, that bet has paid off. But here's what that bet requires. What happens when the environment stops cooperating? The Long March 10B rocket isn't recovering over calm coastal waters on a predictable schedule. The recovery envelope they're designing for includes open ocean conditions, where a 2-meter swell isn't an edge case, it's a Tuesday. In that environment, the question stops being, can the rocket land precisely enough, and it becomes something harder. What happens when precise simply isn't possible? Instead of asking the rocket to absorb that precision burden, China asks the ship to carry it. The net catches the rocket that arrives slightly off-center. The magnetic particle brake absorbs a deck that won't stop moving. The flexible structure distributes forces that legs would have concentrated into 4 small points. Same destination, different assumptions about where the hard part should live. There's no right or wrong here. They just chose differently. And those choices reflect two genuinely distinct answers to what a reusable rocket system actually is. A capable vehicle operating in a simple environment, or a simpler vehicle operating in a capable one. The net isn't a better mousetrap. It's a different trap, built for different terrain. This looks like a story about one rocket, but engineers building humanoid robots are solving the exact same problem and arriving at the exact same answer. For decades, the assumption was identical. If a machine might need something, it carries it. The machine handles everything. That assumption is breaking down. At a Geely automotive factory in China, Robotics humanoid robots don't think for themselves. They share one collective brain across the entire facility, powered by a 5G network and a centralized computing center. The robot carries its own processing. The factory carries it instead. The complexity didn't disappear. It moved off the machine. The Long March 10B rocket did exactly the same thing. The landing legs are gone, not because the rocket got stronger, but because engineers moved that problem onto the navigator. The ship carries what the rocket no longer needs to, not which machine is most capable on its own, but which systems figured out the right split between what the machine carries and what the environment carries instead. That boundary just moved in rockets. It's moving right now in robotics as well. And the companies that get it right aren't just solving their own problems. They're offering a new way of thinking about hard problems entirely. I'm Justin. Thanks for joining me inside China Tech. 2 more deep dive tech breakdown videos are waiting for you on your screen. And I will see you in the next one.